This is the Morning Shower.
Brought to you by Late Night Hump.
Let the news wash over you.
With Jordan Freed,
Brendan O'Brien,
and Reena Ezra. These are your ShowerHead Lines.
A deeply divided Supreme Court is allowing a Texas law that bans most abortions to remain in full force, for now stripping most women of the right to an abortion in the nation's second largest state. Now, if a woman wants an abortion in Texas, she must shoot the fetus out of her, so she would be legally and openly carrying a gun.
With the Texas law banning abortion after about 6 weeks of pregnancy going into effect, some residents started stockpiling contraceptives immediately. Buckle Bunny's fund founder Montea Frazier and other volunteers are collecting contraceptives, pregnancy tests, and Plan B pills for residents taking extra precautions. With the state of Texas now going full Thanos, Plan B pills have now become the new Infinity Stones.
Purdue Pharma, the maker of the highly addictive painkiller OxyContin, was dissolved on Wednesday in a wide-ranging bankruptcy settlement that will require the company's owners, members of the Sackler family, to turn over billions of dollars of their fortune to address the deadly opioid epidemic. But be careful, although they are dissolved, you should assume Purdue Pharma is spiked with fentanyl.
The remnants of Hurricane Ida dumped historic amounts of rain over New York City and New Jersey last night, with at least 8 deaths linked to flooding in the region as it swamped subway cars and submerged vehicles and homes. In treacherous events like these, we can only refer to the words that a wise man once said. Water sucks. It really, really sucks. Oh, water sucks. It really, really sucks.
The U.S. Open Tennis Championship was battered by remnants of Hurricane Ida on Wednesday, causing one match to be suspended as rain poured through the stadium roof. They would have kept playing had it been the U.S. closed tennis championship, but alas, the roof was left open.
A Texas high school principal who found himself in the middle of a controversy over critical race theory was placed on paid administrative leave this week. James Whitfield, principal of Colleyville Heritage High School in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, was placed on leave Monday, a month after a community member at a school board meeting publicly accused him of having, quote, extreme views on race, and called for him to be fired. Well, everything really is bigger in Texas, including the blatant racism.
Joe Rogan, one of the world's highest paid and most influential podcast hosts, announced Wednesday he has tested positive for COVID-19. It turns out a diet of cigars, whiskey, and transphobia does not have the same effects of the vaccine.
NASA is officially starting to flight test an all-electric vertical taxi aircraft with the hopes of establishing an entirely new form of city-to-city transportation. The space agency is using the aircraft to collect performance and acoustic data to help develop future airspace concepts as part of its Advanced Air Mobility National Campaign. Now this means we'll have a new crop of electric taxi drivers saying, "You talking to me? Are you electronically talking to me?"
Acting New York Mets general manager Zach Scott was arrested Tuesday morning on suspicion of driving under the influence. White Plains Police Captain James Spencer told the New York Post that Scott was pulled over at 4:17 a.m. Tuesday morning after police found him asleep in his car. Unfortunately, being asleep at the wheel is the perfect metaphor for the Mets season.
Paralympian shot putter Muhammad Ziad Zulkifli won gold in the F20 class but was later disqualified for arriving 3 minutes late for the event. Mr. Zulkifli was allowed to compete because at the time he had a, quote, logical reason for being late, the IPC said. However, a referee later found there was no, quote, justifiable reason for him to be late. This is bullshit. Take it from someone who is late to everything, there is always a justifiable reason for being late to everything.
Ireland's privacy watchdog has fined WhatsApp a record €225 million after an investigation found it breached stringent European Union data protection rules on transparency about sharing people's data with other Facebook companies. Regulators are making sure to send WhatsApp a message, but hopefully they're using something private, like Telegram.
Thank you for showering with us.
Lather, rinse, repeat every day before noon.
Scrub-a-dub-dub at latenighthump.com.